Welcome back to another episode of Two Sides, Many Truths. If you are like many of us on the edge of your seats last night, this morning, probably for the past few months, election, it is over and we are here to talk about it.
How did we? Well, Lashika, first of all, I want to say that I said I was gonna not stay up all night and watch the election results, and I did stay up as long as I could. I saw
Mhm.
Donald Trump was winning, so I said I'm gonna go to bed and see if you know, give this some more time. And then I woke up like 1 o'clock in the morning and saw that he had won. I was like, well, it's over. It is what it is.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it is what
yeah.
it
And
is.
I did something. Oh, go ahead. What you say?
No, I was gonna say, so yeah, this is the day after the election, and we'll do another part, some time from now to talk about what we've seen improve or we disapprove.
hmm This was the first year where I intentionally went to bed early, like without watching news. Like I was very intentional about that. And I think it was because I didn't want the noise this year. And so for that, I didn't know what I was gonna wake up to, honestly. What I really did think, I really thought what was gonna happen was I would wake up this morning and we would be in the same situation, kind of same situation where we didn't know who won, right? We'd just be waiting. But I was very shocked, like most people are, but at the same time, it's like I'm shocked, but am I really surprised?
Right. And that's to me, I'm like, I think well, I won't say a lot of some people that I know are like not surprised.
Yeah.
I figure whoever won would have to win by a landslide. So there would be no more, January 6th.
Question. Mhm.
Exactly. And so I'm glad that he did win by a landslide. And just I was like, I know who I voted for, but I was like, despite who I voted for, whoever win is the person that's obviously supposed to be there. And
Mhm.
you know, whatever comes. Now, I will tell you that I was on a chat thread with other women,
Mhm.
and they were so upset, like really grieving that this
Yeah.
had happened, that President Trump won. And so I sent a long text saying, hey, look at the bright side. Um, stocks are going to go up, and Tesla, if you don't have, if you have invested in Tesla, or electric vehicles, or I named some stocks, go ahead and do that, and just try to look at the bright side. And I said, sometimes when we go through things like this, I said, even if there's a depression coming, if it's a war, there are people who make a lot of money during this time. So think about what's
Mhm.
best for you and your family, and let's go. But no one responded to that, and they just kept going on about how upset they were, and putting other links to other channels that talked about you know why we failed and things like that. And I just kind of put it on mute because I didn't want to read
Yeah.
that anymore. It's over.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that for some people, um, if it feels good or it appears to feel better to be able to complain, kind of let loose, than to take a step back and kind of reanalyze the situation, thinking about moving forward. And that's okay. They get their time to do all of that. But when people finally wake up or come to their senses or ready to move past the anger, then that's when we can really start having real conversations. The
Exactly.
conversations that I've been having today that have been about the election have been um, very challenging conversations. I spoke to one person, a friend of mine earlier today, and she's beside herself. Like she sounds very depressed. She let me know that her children are sad. And I'm sure that's because they see what their mom is going through and their dad is going through. But I just think that we just have to be mindful that okay, this has happened, and so how do you as an individual move forward? Because it's so big and it's so much to be thinking about an entire country or an entire world or an entire planet, but you within the square feet of of the space that you occupy. And then if you have a place of work or you have a business, how can you influence within that space, even if it's a virtual space? How can you influence in that space? Like that's where we need to be thinking because the elections will continue to happen. I mean, not unless something major shifts, but as
Mhm.
far as I know, this is not the last election, and it very well won't be the last one where people feel defeated or upset. So what's next? Like that has been my question to try to kind of pivot conversations that I've been having today. What's
Yeah.
next? And what's next for you?
Yeah, that was so much you just said right there. I mean, oh
Oh,
my God, you just dropped so many nuggets. And I want to talk about some real conversations right now.
yeah.
If we were to look forward to 30 days and have this conversation again, 60 days, or even 3 months,
Mm,
what do we hope to see? I want to tell you, number one, what I hope to see. I
okay.
hope to see President Trump change his language and not um, say divisive things or put anybody down, say this person's not a real hero, or Puerto Rico
Mm,
is a dump and Haiti's a shithole and all that kind of stuff.
mhm.
I want him to change his language because it's divisive. That's
It
the word
is.
that we all use. I really would love to see him be the president that bring us together,
Mhm.
and talk about that and use that language. That's what I hope to see. Secondly, some of the promises that he made, to put more money in people's pocket. I don't know how he's gonna do it. I believe that the dollar is gonna change, and I don't know if you
Oh,
know, but I have email that I get. It's called Snacks. It's so good. It's from oh, what's that app we use to invest that you can do right on your phone? I can't think of it
so
now.
like Robin Hood?
Yeah, Robinhood. So they
Mm.
send this email called Snackables. It's so good. But the Trump family has already created a Bitcoin. Do you hear
What?
me, girl? Yes. So they understand the assignment. And we know that the dollar is going to change. So I want him to be transparent. This is the second thing I want him to be transparent about the future of America, the future of communities, black, white, brown. What are we supposed to do to prepare for what's coming? Because we know the world is getting ready to be flipped upside down. The dollar is going to change. We're going to go through a depression, recession, whatever, probably a war. So I need him to step up and help us like he said he was going to help.
Yeah. Now you just said some nugget. Like you did. Wait, I don't know what I want you to go back and talk about first. Like go okay, let's go back to the Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, their family created Bitcoin. Okay, so the election was over last night. Immediately this morning, I got the email. Stocks rose for Tesla, and the stock market rose for many other things. They were
Uh-huh, I
waiting
saw
for the
that.
election results. But they did show that the Trump family has created their own Bitcoin. Like you have been encouraging me to create my own chat GPT. Yeah, they have
Yes.
created their own freaking Bitcoin, and that junk is finna go to the roof. Now it may the stock may fall, but that stock for that Bitcoin, and it's already on the stock market. So for that Bitcoin, it's gonna go through the roof. Now I'm
Wait,
talking.
what's it called? I'm searching for it
I don't
while
I
we are
don't know. I'm gonna
I'm
go to my
searching.
no, yeah, I'm gonna go to my email too because um and I may be incorrect about it being on the stock market. I know it's going to go on the stock market if it's not on the stock market. So if anybody's listening to this and it's not already on the stock market, I apologize for the date and time stamp, but I know it's going to go. So let me go back to that email.
Okay.
And while I'm going through, what was your other thoughts? My other comment was about him using the right language, and trying to
Yeah.
lead us to a just peace. You know who I love to hear speak is Marianne Williamson. I know she probably would not.
Yes.
I loved to hear her speak. She would not have been, the president that we need, but she is the person that we need in
Yeah.
office to be that sounding voice to, I don't know why people want to put her on a cabinet or whatever, but she is the real, like really what people want to hear about how we need to really be more spiritual. I'm not talking about
Yeah.
Christian, but more
Right.
spiritual, more in tune to the inner God that's within all of us. Girl, we finna have some all kinds of deep conversations
Right.
and love. I mean, we are here to love. If we don't, we're going to kill each other. We are going to
Yeah.
destroy each other. So love is the key. Now, you can always have, people who don't, but if America is divided against itself, then, it gives other countries the ability to just come in and divide us even more.
Oh, 100%. I mean, yeah, that's what I think that is true for every relationship,
Yeah. Let's put a pin
right?
in that stop. I'll find it. We'll come back and have a conversation about that on another
Yeah, that'll be really interesting
I'll
because
find it.
I'm searching on here and seeing a few other interesting articles that I could could
Mhm.
dive into. But no, this is some good stuff. I think I think that him getting away from divisive language, I hope that that was some bad advice that he got, to run the campaign. And like you say, that he can come back and clean, if not clean up what he says, because you can't really clean up what you say. Once you say it, I mean, the seed is planted, is there,
Mhm.
But to see him shift, though, that will be interesting to see, because he's made a name for himself for being one that will say comments like that, who will have, that divisive language. That's what he is known for. That's what he's popular for. That's kind of, unfortunately, a part of his brand.
Exactly. And I did find an article on the Bitcoin. Trump family gets 75% of crypto coin revenue, has no liability, and new documents revealed. So there's a document on a 13-page document how they have a crypto project called World Liberty Financial. And that document provides an overview of how the coin is allocated. Um, it's called DT Marks DeFi LLC. The document indicated that the entity is
Mm,
he was, stands for Donald Trump, Marks DeFi LLC. Like I said, we're going to dive in that when we talk about stocks and things like that, because I don't want to go on a rabbit hole until I really understand this. And
yeah,
talking about, I'm gonna send you the link though, so we'll
please
both have
do.
it. Yeah.
But
Now,
we are,
go ahead.
no, I was just going to say, we are living in an interesting time.
Yes, we are. Now, we both um, work with a lot of nonprofits. I do want to talk about how some nonprofits feel that it's going to hurt them. I was on a call today with a very large nonprofit, and they expected the election to go one way, and it didn't. And I was shocked that the founder sent an email, and I'm like, oh, I don't think that's a good choice because now your people know who you were going for, and you may
Yeah,
have chosen that candidate because of their views, but I think that was a wrong move to do. Um, but they feel like they're going to feel the effects, and I know that some nonprofits will, but girl, it's going to be a lot of rich people And when I say people, I'm talking about corporations. The corporations,
Mhm.
that's why Donald Trump won,
Yeah.
because the rich wanted him in there. I mean, yes, we voted, but I'm trying, there's a machine behind all of this.
Yes.
So the wealthy are getting ready to get wealthier, and that's I can name a whole bunch of wealthy companies that we don't even think that's connected to Trump, Hobby Lobby, and you know,
Oh,
there's so many that give out grants to nonprofits. So, well, and maybe that's what we need to do is build a list. We need to build a list of people who supported Trump, and this is who nonprofits should be looking to see if they're fit for this organization, and maybe look at
oh,
grants that they
that's
offer.
good. Oh, that's good.
You reading? I could tell you're reading, girl.
Well,
I could
I
tell.
mean, you just sent me this link and I need to stop it. But no, what you just said is good because no, I heard you developing a resource for nonprofits, especially now. I think that could be very helpful because my thing here is especially with the nonprofits is try not to allow this to impact your impact, right?
Mm,
Because we know that well, I because we don't know for sure, right? But we can speculate that nothing major is going to happen today or tomorrow.
mm-hmm,
Nothing major in terms of him being the elected official. Nothing major
mm-hmm,
is going to happen, within the next month or so. So focus on your impact. If we can focus on our impact, focus on getting connected and not stay down in the dumps because of what we think is going to come. My mom has a my mom has a little a word that she came up with. It's a phrase, term, word, however you want to call it. And she says it's called future tripping.
mm. That's deep.
I don't know if it's one word, two words. It's future tripping. However you are interpreting that. And I just think that it's important for nonprofits right now to not veer into future tripping,
Mm,
right? Focus on the impact because I think that when we spend so much time and energy focused on future tripping, then we're missing opportunities that are coming across our paths every moment
I agree.
because we're so focused on this future tripping. And it's good to be proactive. Yes, be proactive. But in those things that we know not about, why veer on the side of future tripping?
That's good. Why? Why?
Because sometimes it feels good.
Yeah.
Sometimes it feels good to go down a rabbit hole, whether it's taking you up or down, left or right.
Mm-hmm,
It
mm-hmm,
feels good to go down this path of unknown and turning over rocks and looking to see. We did it as a kid, going
right.
and walking in the woods and just messing with stuff. It feels good to go down a rabbit hole.
And this is where you say sometimes being right is also being wrong. Sometimes
Yeah,
right is not always right. Sometimes right is
right.
wrong. And that's why this is two sides and many truths.
Absolutely.
Wow. Okay. I'm
Yeah.
speechless. And do you want to end this here? And because I'm full.
We can. I
We
am
could
too. And I think what we do is if we can work on a follow up. And I think a follow up would be um like what I think would be helpful is any resources like you mentioned Marion Wilkes. Like I hadn't heard that name in a while. I love her.
me too.
Um
Me too.
but I think it'd be great to find a couple of quotes or something from her, whether it's recent or just something relevant.
Oh,
I
that's
think
good.
I think that you had mentioned making a list, but instead of thinking about making a whole list, if both of us found two resources or one resource,
Mhm.
um, just in terms of, because your point was making a list of organizations what the nonprofits can go to for support. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, but I said big corporations that helped Trump, that supported Trump, just looking at their, maybe we'll just, like you say, you find two and I'll find two. Just put
Yeah.
them in the subject area. I think this one might be a hot topic. I'm ready to go
I
this.
think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so too. And then I think maybe, and then in the follow up when we do that, then we ended on maybe ways that nonprofits can kind of recenter on their impact.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's, I'm making this up off the top of my head, but whether it's going back and looking at your vision statement. When was
Yeah.
the last time you really looked at your mission? Like, does this really fit who you are today and who you are becoming as a nonprofit, as an entity?
I think that's a whole nother podcast. So that's good. That for real, it's good. But I think I want to post this one ASAP.
Okay, I'm
So
for it.
I'm gonna let you do the intro. We're gonna do a hard pause, wait for like a minute, do a hard pause, and then I'll end it, do the
Okay, so
outro.
and all
I'll,
I'm saying is like, welcome to the,
yeah, you can
okay.
say whatever, yeah, and then take your time. If you mess up, we can start over again. Unless you want me to do it and you end it.
Oh, you said so many good stuff. Uh, no,
Th-
you end it because then wrap it up with like a woo woo. Um, I think I can do it. It'll be real simple. I think,
yeah,
and with two sides, many truths. Okay,
yeah, yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
okay, okay. I'm ready. Welcome back to another episode of Two Sides, Many Truths. If you are like many of us on the edge of your seats last night, this morning, probably for the past few months, election, it is over, and we are here to talk about it. That's it.
Yeah, I was doing a hard pause because it helps me when I
Okay.
edit.
Okay, good.
Oh my goodness. I hope you enjoyed that conversation. There's so much more that we want to say. We're going to save it for another time. Y'all, please subscribe, like, share. Give us your comments. What are you feeling? How do you feel? What was your thoughts about what we just talked about? And please make sure you like and subscribe. And we will see you next time on Two Sides and Many Truths. All right.
Love that.
So I'm gonna you can even put your YouTube channel up.
Oh, I do. That's what I'm gonna do it tonight.
Okay, I'm gonna stop the recording and let it go ahead and
Okay.
process. Oh my goodness. I hope you enjoyed that conversation. There's so much more that we want to say. We're gonna save it for another time. Y'all, please subscribe, like, share. Give us your comments. What are you feeling? How do you feel? What was your thoughts about what we just talked about? And please make sure you like and subscribe. And we will see you next time on Two Sides and Many Truths.